in survive lane a little easier. Karma, right. Similar logic, it's the Karma, not the Bard. Okay, oh god, I'm gonna have to do so. Oh, Sam, careful, you've just, you were, oh god, I actually heard sound in my headphones there. Okay, hope that's fine. Oh, hang on, Xiaohu going forwards in the mid lane, missed that one as headphones are potentially in trouble. That's a flash away. Xiaohu trying to go for the last order, the shield's back up and available. Just needs one last thing, gets in with the Q. Xiaohu first blood onto Vikla. You good, Sam?
I am mildly hungover, but alright.
Oh, that'll be why you came in at 2 a.m. That'll be why you came in at 2 a.m. last night then, Sam, is it?
Yeah, friend's birthday party. It was a good time.
There's Tian coming bot side. Flashes down for him. There are flashes for Diablo and Kellen. One flash away. That's very close to a kill.
Gets away with that. That's wild.
Diablo, though, I mean, folks, I mean, I was thinking that the Callisto right now would be very lane dominant. I think the Karma's done a lot more work than I thought. Chris trying to go for the kill. Good body block. Bloody hell, 22 HP, I think that was.
W forced to be broken by
wait, Job and Q would kill.
He doesn't get the Q board at the flank. Can he land that one on Diablo, who's got the bailout rolling at this point? He's not dead, they're giving him some time. There's the heal. Diablo doesn't have the bailout anymore, and so he just dies. Tien in danger, but will just about survive for a second or two longer. Unfortunately for Raptor, even though he claimed the kill, it doesn't matter because Xiaohu had roamed and was waiting.
Breathe gets the flash out of Clear as well by ulting him under turret. Flash for flash. Breathe second. Xiaohu might use level 6 to go bot, so we'll have to have the conversation later. Realm Warp going onto the flash to the spot lane.
Look for something more. There's the flag and drag, the rune prison as well. Diablo's got nowhere to go. The bailout is there, but who on earth is he bailing out on as Kellen falls as well? And it's another set of kills onto this bot lane.
This is disaster zone for BFX now. You need a strong Callisto Renata if you pick it. There's a reason why this lane has 4. I guess you don't have any AP on the Orianna, but just the Shockwave CC is pretty good. When it becomes lightning, misses on Xiaohu.
Does manage to get the W down, but unfortunately Xiaohu has to flash wake up the phase rush. Not here now. Can still teleport back and has the
and while that was happening, the Shockwave missed while the Renekton was in.
Oh, no way.
It was on the middle of our screen, the Shockwave was on the Renekton, and it missed because Xiaohu flashed away, so they don't have that ultimate.
That's a big one. That is a big one. Now they can go back towards the Raptors. Xiaohu will need to try and reset and teleport back in. Diablo on ward on the other side. Clear on this flank angle.
Teleport coming in from Rise. Under the tower there, he's trying to... That's a very slow TP.
Fantastic. Took a while to reset. Already, I think a load of those grubs have been taken by VFX. It'll end up being a 2-for-1 in that sense. No one's died yet, but Tien in the back of the pit will now go for the Cataclysm and dies. Not pretty from Weibo Gaming.
No, he went in for the steal, and then no one was really able to follow him up. So BFX, as we said, had a bit of a point of power, and even with the missed Shockwave, managed to get enough damage to get themselves a 1 grubs fight.
2 kills now for Raptor, who has had a pretty good tournament, I think, all in all. Get some value. There's the Rune Prison. TP's flying. Still going to look for Clear Reminder, who does not have the dominance, does have a fair amount of rage. Will fly on forward to get that clear of the wave with the Q. Xiaohu running away, gets flashed and knocked up by the 3 talents back into a handshake. Good damage back onto Clear, who's still doing a lot to heal though. How long and how many cooldowns he got to work with his breathe under the turret? Should get the kill, can't quite do it. The Orianna shield is phenomenal. They do finally bring down the Renekton, but it costs them another member. Now Crisp in danger, and Weibo Gaming, all of those early Crisp plays have all started to come a little bit soggy.
We're into proper ASI gaming now, folks. Who gets an early lead? Yeah, let's throw it back to them. Weibo. There was a whiffed Shockwave right on top of it, which I know you're hungover, Sam. You did miss it happening.
It's because I didn't have any sound effects. So.
Sam, the Shockwave is a gigantic circle on the screen.
Yeah, you know why? As I thought it was Renekton Q.
In fairness, damaging circles around Renekton, his Q is included in that.
Yeah,
in fairness,
so I think that was what was
I just want chat to know that I'm judging Sam harshly for missing that.
I will say for Shockwave, I am often very audio coded for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's why I'm wearing the headphones. Sam. This is a training arc now. This is the hyperbolic time chamber.
Okay.
ASI is that for you know, many regions.
Many regions.
Many regions. Yeah. And us as casters as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine, you know, these teams rocking up next year saying, we might have missed Worlds, but did you go to ASI? Didn't think so. Herald's up and available. Raptor's going to start it.
Well, the Mantra Q comes on out briefly. Herald is likely just going towards BFX here, all things said and done.
Yeah, there might be... Hang on a second. I'm not sure about that one. Guess the red buff. He's spotted on the blue trinket here, so he's spotted on the flank. Renekton is on the boss side of mids. He's spotted by another blue trinket.
Immediate control ward, hold of that, and they got the dragon up and available. Weibo look like they want to fight around that instead.
Someone's jealous because they didn't go to a fun party last night. Well, maybe, but then also I didn't want to speak because my voice was dying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Turns out that streaming for like 12 hours a day for the last week has really wrecked my voice. Hang on, Claire's going to go into Jav and Rise here.
Ooh, baby, that's a fair amount of CC. Forced to flash over the wall, just about escaped that, but now the Dragon started. Claire does not have TP, does not have flash. I think this will be a hard contest now for Fearex.
Yeah, he'd have to pop the Dominus to get some HP and then get a Rage kind of Q on the flank. He might still go for that. Hang on, breathe, doubling on the side. Claire coming around the flank.
W from the Kaiser. There's the Dragon secured by TN. Cataclysm afterwards is good. Fate's Call buying time for the side of Kellen, who needs it. Claire trying to get on the backside. Kellen flashed away.
No!
Wonderful blast cone. Breathe may need to jump over the wall and will do so. Win becomes lightning just wide. And Weibo Gaming get out. I feel bad.
Sam, it happened again. Raptor jumps in and the Shockwave whiffed again. Wait, that's a Shinzao. He doesn't have a Tiamat. And I realized, Shockwave's on cooldown. So Weibo get the dragon. I'm not sure whether it is... Look,
Parrot is under danger. And Weibo Gaming will claim on the
like, Cathian Rain is kind of the result of, you know... atmospheric pollution like acid rain.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. I think Cathian Rain is actually very environmentally coded, you know.
I agree. Is that does that make Kaiser an oil baron?
No, she's fighting against it, Sam. But she is using the Cathian Rain.
Yeah, exactly. But or is it that her dad is the oil baron? She's trying to use.
Nara Gazelle, by the way, thanks to the Prime. We do really appreciate you. The sub rather. Hang on, Ratsay Realm Warp going in towards the bot side.
Dominus procced. Will it buy anything really in the grand scheme of things? Flag and drag just wide, but the Cataclysm finishes what the dive started, and they get the clean kill onto Claire.
Top lane Inner turret did fall, so that is good gold. Inner turret's of course worth an awful lot of gold. Mid lane, Light has to be very careful because he's like, well, I am technically in a 1v3, so they actually might have to give over the entire mid lane out of turret. Teleporting in from the Orianna. Yeah, that's a full turret. Light makes the right choice. He can't wave clear this, not safely. You'd have to blow flash and ult. He might not even get the wave clear he needs. So that is a turret for 2 turrets and a kill. I think BFX get away the better from that, especially because... I guess they already have the 2 dragons. Yeah, so they really want this. They're going to bring Light over. Okay, this is the macro play. They say, right, you can have your first dragon. We'll give up the potential...
Karma's sliding him down.
Karma's trying to slide him down. Misses the Q there. I don't know whether this is going to be quick enough. Clay does have teleport, but
where?
He's going to teleport to the wave. Teleport into the wave. It's going to be too late, though.
Crest splashes away, buys some time, speeds himself up with the Inspire, and gets out. That is a clean heist.
And then, because of that, BFX were rushing to get to the Atacon. They didn't even stick around and do dragon. Really broken. Weibo were one of the very few teams worldwide, actually, and I was watching multiple regions at that time, that would actively say, look, Atacon is strong, but we can trade better for it. They have been a team which have been pretty good at trading objectives. Shao had to flash away.
Right.
That was actually the Renekton Q.
No, I know.
Pickler was behind him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
Sam, it made me laugh, Sam. You have to go give mid lane. Tien caught out.
Now they might as well get the flag and drag through. Can look to Shockwave and back. Won't need to do that quite yet as the Cataclysm comes on down. Tien trapped within that with the rest of the squad and dies. There's no Baron or anything, but he is just dead. A little bit weird there on the retreat from Weibo.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for Shao. Some extra value, of course, with the petals. Have 25's not bad. Hang on, Diablo's going really far forward. That is a play of all time. Claire going around the side with the Dominus. Breathe, using that double to go unstoppable. That is a lot of Ren stacks, and he will almost certainly die, and he does go down. Shockwave does land this time, and that's Light dead. He had Flash, he had ult, he couldn't use either of them. Raptor got the knock-up, and that is the play that BNK Fearex were really looking for. Get themselves 2 quick kills. That can go in towards the Baron, and Weibo just did not have a response. Who was in position to answer that? No one. Light, using the cleanse, had the flash in the ult, could not get there in time. Realm up onto Vikla, trying to get someone back into position. Dunk onto Kellen, but they're really fighting back from an awkward scenario here. Yeah, there is going to be a rend on the Baron itself. Shao, not bad damage there, but a flash forward from Claire. This Renekton, the point and click C has been so important. Jarvan will even use his passive Sundered Sky Auto onto his own teammate, and he will die alongside Rise. Weibo lose full control of the game. BNK Fearex get a massive play in mid lane, snowballing into a fight in the topside jungle, into the Baron. That will... Yeah, LPL has really not done well this tournament, and there are only so many caveats you can make. At the end of the day, the Chinese fans are going to absolutely shred these teams for these performances, right? BNK Fearex going up towards this dragon. Kellen caught out, does not have flash. The root goes down. Vikla gets the shockwave onto Xiaohu, and the Renata ult comes after. Jarvan's gone too deep. Diablo gets to keep on damaging, and I think Fearex might just have found themselves their winning fight. That being said, Diablo has died. Breathe got the all out, and those spears don't mean anything now. 2 for 2 in the fight as Renekton also died. I missed that one on the side. Light is available, doesn't have flash, doesn't have ult. He's starting to, you know, get into a position with all the cooldowns down that perhaps the Kai'Sa can do some damage. Dragon is available now. It's not in can carry, but never a coward. A lot of kills bot lane. 3 kills in what, 7 minutes, something like that, onto the bot lane. Then of course the Grubs fight happened and Weibo lost a couple of kills. The top lane dive went even worse. The screen is flickering around a bit, and that's worrying me. I don't know why that's the case. The Observers have had some strange stuff going on with that. Clear is on the flank. He does have Dominus. Light has himself a shield from the Karma, broken by the Empowered. Renekton and W. Breathe getting jumped onto by the Shinzao Tian over the wall. 5v5 in a pretty good front to back right now. Weibo on the wrong side of the map. That's not your jungle, folks. That's not your jungle. Kai'Sa W's coming out, giving some limited vision. Breathe. He's separated from Steam. They can just DPS him down. Does he have to flash over? He does, and Raptor's going to jump over anyway. Breathe goes down very easily. Kai'Sa on the run alongside Xiaohu's got the Realmort, but it won't matter. It'll be cancelled. Diablo using that Fate's Call to make sure that the Callista can chase down their enemies. Rises down. It just looks like Weibo have just been split up. BFX managed to hold their position and use their ability to jump forwards with the Callista ultimate to get some kills down. Very well played from BFX, corralling Weibo into a losing situation. Oh, flash forward onto the Kai'Sa, who's going down. The Acathian Rain has stopped, and it's clear skies for BNK Fearx. They'll get another kill onto Tien as well. You good, Sam? Sam left. I thought it was because I was joking about Shockwaves and I thought it offended him. I have offended him, Sam. He looks so offended right now. Let's come back with a drink of water. As BNK Fearx had some very clean team fights back-to-back, forcing Weibo into poor positions and making sure they can never really use the Kai'Sa in their way that they want to. Breathe will go down 1 last time to end the game on 1 and 4. And BNK Fearx, I think, will end the game right here, right now.
They will. Xiaohu gets rended, not quite dying there, but can't get that much fight from 3 and out. 3 and 4 not being the easiest game for the dear old Rise, and that means that Fearx now on the Nexus, toying with their food. Diablo gets another, and the game, for now, is Fearx.
Follow you. Where is DK? DK are they're in the finals. DK are in the finals, so they will play their best of 5 tomorrow. No, it was Gen.G that were above them in regionals. It's not quite a honest, yeah. I think, did we just about run out of milk, Sam? Or do we have any more? Nice. Hell yeah, I thought we were completely out. Nice. Clear, going for the solo kill onto Breeze. Can't quite get it. Flash for flash in the top side.
Makes some sense, yeah, I remember that one.
It's the Bloodthirster rush.
Yeah.
Bloodthirster
yeah.
rush. Yeah.
Might win barrier every time as well. Everyone used to do that and everyone stopped doing barrier and started doing heal instead. Vikla just
chain lands.
And that means a very dead looking Talia. Nice gank into the mid lane. Tien is the one who claims the kill.
Nice stuff. This is, you need this from LeBlanc. You need the LeBlanc to start punishing the enemy mid laner. The gold standard for LeBlanc is jump forwards over the wave, get a chain, and then something bad happens to the enemy mid laner. Vikla dies, doesn't have the teleport, does have the ult if they do want to come back out of the map a little bit more quickly. Hello, thing popping up at the top of the screen. I've not found a way to get rid of them, by the way. Xiaohu now roaming across the map, has that level 6, but doesn't have to sit the extra mimic just yet.
Can look to hop on forward and ensure that there is a kill secured, and there is indeed one.
Wow.
As they pick up another kill, the Ornn gets that one. LeBlanc with 2 kill assists. No kills to her name, but setting up her topside compatriots well.
Potential gank in the bot side. Raptor coming down, does have the level 6, and there's no Xayah ult just yet.
It's not a bad turnaround, though, and actually well body blocked by Chris with the battle dance in the grand entrance.
Okay, so BFX lose 2 kills early again. Xiaohu's roaming has been very effective. Vikla still has no flash, won't be able to ult out.
Oh, and the Weaver's Wall is just not quite allowed. That's not a bad seismic shove, but it doesn't quite break the ethereal chain. Cyclone 1. And a crushing blow secures the kill onto to Vikla.
Vikla dead for the second time in the last whatever. Well, we'll do it after the dragon fight. But if you see the screen flickering, you just let us know, because I don't know whether it's just we're seeing it on our screen or whether it's on the stream as well. Raptor does have the ult, doesn't pull it just yet. Xiaohu jumping over.
He does get a decent chunk. Diablo has to hop away and does get out to safety, but is now not necessarily in the river where he would like to be. Dragon aggroed still, but will be about to reset.
Raptor flashed there. He did flash. There was a lot of random movements on both sides of the fight there.
And if he has to, back to contesting. It will be a flip. In comes Diablo, who throws down the lightning crash. Tien on the other angle won't find what he's looking for. Cease and desist into the seismic shove, and Weibo Gaming secure a horrible fight for themselves as the answer is Fearx go, yeah, you really shouldn't have been here, and Diablo continues to throw out some full auto cues. He's getting more and more and more and more from Weibo Gaming. Another seismic shove and another team fight where Weibo Gaming just inexplicably I think I genuinely think when I'm seeing it flickering, I'm seeing like the hang on, maybe I'll have to wait on what I am seeing off screen.
Yeah, what is
What's
that?
on screen right now is Xiaohu is getting punched in the face by Vi. Gets hit by the seismic shove, has managed to distort away, buys some time, but they've still got quite a lot of members down here. I wonder whether Fearex have got a little deep. Still not really under any threat, so Xiaohu survives, does have to blow the flash.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about the screen thing. I think it's on the stream. I don't think it's... Let's hang on. Vikla doesn't quite get himself the flick back. Double dash away will stop the recalls.
Yeah, because I think what I'm seeing...
Beryl announced earlier this year that he'll retire and go to the military. I didn't realize they didn't announce that. Damn, Beryl, 2-time world champion. Oh, man, on 2 different teams. Clear does have flash.
That's a pretty good chunk, and this is still something that Weibo can do very happily. Pick up another kill there onto the Rumble. That's for a good roam from the LeBlanc.
Xiaohu's been really good at roaming. He's been very good at roaming. On the Rise last game, he was both in the one time we've seen it this time, and then in the last game too. Kalen does have the ult.
He's going to have to blow it. I don't think it'll be much more than that. Had got a blast cone, didn't feel like he was going to need to use it. Vikla now a little bit split off here. Actually has used his minefield. I don't know about that one. Can wait a little bit longer. Look for a second cycle, and there's the grand entrance. Forces the flash. Kellen reminder doesn't have the ult. Overcomes Raptor though nonetheless. Kellen now has to flash away. Xiaohu finds a great angle over the wall. But where is Diablo? Coming on in with the lightning crash and the spark surge to get some more value. Vikla very low. Remember, still doesn't have a flash. Xiaohu hops forward, gets a distortion. Needs to hop back, but Diablo should be able to pick him up with the Qs. Dodging pretty well, but still not enough. Diablo still with a lot of HP boss and a lot of lone members he's got to pay attention to. Can't get beyond the feathers super cleanly. His ult will surely time out in short order. Going for a mother feeder chunk, and then they go with the quickness. The barrier means nothing. They will get out alive. That's clean from Weibo.
How do they make that work? Weibo saying, wow, they could be 1,000 gold ahead if they have 3 kills. Well, they have that now. Vikla doesn't even have first item. Stopped off the Merc Treads. Replay them. Whatever, we'll just keep on going. Herald started up. Do BFX contest. Clear doesn't have ult here. It's going to get double knockup, actually.
That's not bad at all. Can look for the reactivation of the Call of the Forge God. Clear is going to get blasted. And that Rumble doesn't get to survive all that long in the grand scheme of things. Xiaohu now on a potential flank angle. Can look for some more. The seismic shove lands, but it's only onto the clone. Not really what they're looking for. Gets back over the wall. The headbutt pulverize was used though, and that means that Kellen's in danger. Is going to have to burn the ult. The old shock laser drop. Fantastic. Oh, the multi-man knockup. Crisp again with some wonder plays. They do finally bring down TM, but I think the damage in many ways is done. Diablo is trying though. Sees the angle. Has to slide away with the spark surge. Breathe low. Still trying to find the angle. What is the observer doing? Going back and forth and back and forth. They see what Diablo's doing. Oh, my days, the feather pull.
But Diablo gets the extra kill out of that. That Zeri is very yay.
Yay. We can enjoy ASI with all of its technical glory. This is the problem of trying to contain God Guo's power.
Yeah. The Grasshopper has decided that you must train your eyes as well as your brain. Is this best of 5? No, it is best of 3 until finals. Hang on a second. He's going. Hang on a second.
Hang on. That's not bad. Remember, Diablo doesn't have the flash. They can look for some more. The quickness comes on down, and Diablo has stayed too close. Gets a lightning crash, but is unfortunately for him grounded. They turn it around onto the Rakan, but Kellen is still low. In the backside with the cease and desist, the equalizer across multiple members, but the ethereal chains gonna chunk out another flash away from Rap that keeps him alive.
And it ends up being a 2-for-1. Diablo dies. The feather pullback from Light doesn't get the damage he needs. And BFX walk away with a 1. Has 2 items, has the Crypt Bloom, so we'll have the extra pen. They have to give it over. They don't want to walk into the fog of war. BFX use the fact that Tien was dead to walk in, take the dragon before Weibo can really set up the map in their advantage.
Yeah, we're going to see, though, that Weibo Gaming walking up to this turret are going to say, yeah, but you've got no ults. You couldn't get here in time. This tier 2 is likely going to be ours. They don't actually have the most turret damage, though, and Breathe has to Bella's Breath of Seismic Shot with the Call of the Forge.
That's a good angle.
Members could really sting. Flash away from 1. They get the charm, and they chunk onto Raptor. He doesn't get an opportunity to get over the walls. Shunned up by the ethereal chains. Decent healing. Redemption comes on down. Seismic Shove, my days. They do turn it around well enough, but they lose their jungler. Clear now in danger as Tien went looking to get over the wall and can't quite get what he was looking for.
So jungle for support. Does that mean they can go Atacama with no smite on the table? I don't think so. I don't think they can kill it quick enough. Inner turret just about lives. Weibo do have the 3 grubs. Great damage on towers.
Clear.
BFX, hang on a second. Clear doesn't have that equalizer. Had a good one in that last fight.
They don't want to give this up. Look at Light. It's a bit of a weird angle here. Once again, Weibo Gaming, some of their positioning and their team fight shapes have been a bit awkward here.
Flash away from the combo. Yeah, Atacama is on the top side of the map, and Dragon's already down, so it's not like BFX. That's a fair point, actually. And you won't see it, though, sadly, for them. You'd have to, you won't see all 3. Hang on a second. Raptor spotted on that, going for the ult, trading it with the Zayas.
That's going to be the Featherstorm, as you were saying. They're on a potential angle here, but so is Xiao, who can look to get on top of Clear. Clear didn't spot him in time. Oh, he got surprised. The LeBlanc gets so much damage. The equalizer's a panicked one, and they've blown at the rumble. Call of the Forge can look to catch up multiple members. Raptor knocked up now as well into a massive chunk on the jungler, who does get saved briefly by the seismic shove, but it's a clone that takes the seismic shove damage on the whole. Diablo exhausted, gets knocked down by the Nimbus Strike and the crushing blow, and Kellen now is going to be stakes for Weibo Gaming. A clean fight finally after Xiao, who jump scares the rumble.
Weibo have been really effective at taking the long-range Ornn ultimate, the ability for LeBlanc to close BFX a winning fight if they get to group up and they get to play as a 5-man unit that can peel for the Zeri.
Breathe now under this turret versus 4. I think he does need to leave. There's the Bellows breath, but he's used it a little early, and he's not going to be allowed to leave. He's going to be pulled back, and Deicide is committed.
Where is your god now? He's in the grey screen. Inner turret traded for inner turret. Weibo do have 3 grubs. They're quicker at pushing turrets. Even get Ocean Soul. They would get Ocean Soul for this. Now, I will say, not the kind of game where Ocean Soul completely wins. Hang on a second, combat into the Talia.
That's good with the equalizer on top of it. They got shoved off the top of it. Doesn't matter. He still falls down very easily. Diablo keeping crisp off the back end.
They've just killed the jungler before Soul.
That's massive. That is absolutely massive. Call of Forge now coming on through. Can look to turn this one around on top of their own jungler. Raptor has to flash out. Well, Redemption will probably keep him safe all the while. Crisp and to the backline, gets on top of Diablo, but can they turn it around as well? His breathe is really low. Clear doing so much stuff. The ultrasonic laser. Xiao Hu low. Diablo basically untouched, running at light, saying, "Come over here and 1v1 me, fool."
Diablo loses a lot of HP. Hang on a second. Diablo's lost a lot of turret damage to the turret. Light goes down. Diablo is safe.
Just about. Xiao Hu can't quite finish the kill as Vikler cleans up
the tournament, and it's just LCK Autumn. Be the best of the rest from LCK fighting off for a minor title here.
Right? Onto Diablo of all people, perhaps. That might be a way to get back in somewhat. Mortal Shield Boat makes that slightly trickier, but I think you are very reliant on this LeBlanc to find big value. Kellen goes in, jumps onto Xiao Hu immediately, but he likely will survive here. The exhaust comes down. Kellen low. Breathe flashes over the Weaver's wall.
Oh, the flip back.
Breathe, and that probably means the Ornn will fall, and does indeed. Thunderstorm now comes on up. Maybe this goes for that regardless.
Yeah, looking to get him
in. That's not bad. Chris doesn't get onto Diablo, who slides away with the Spark Surge. And again, the Zeri is untouched. Diablo's positioning, his placement, his movement, his schmovement. It's all ice skating out here, and it's elegant. And he comes away now 11-3.
And it's just such a Zeri game. Diablo has been doing so much work for BFX in these fights. Weibo try to find the AD carry in the back of the fight with Tien and get themselves the angles they need. They need to somehow find an extra angle to the fight. It's so hard to do. It's also very risky to do that versus a Vi. If it's Vi who's there on the flank, then actually she can lock you down and maybe you die anyway. BFX in a dominant position now. Clear starting to go forward with the Electric Harpoons. I think he's had a very good game on the Rumble. Make no mistake, I think he's Diablo that's walking away with probably yet another MVP, because goddamn, he's very good at hyperscaling AD carries, amongst other things. BFX, they're just playing it simple, keeping themselves in a defensive formation. Actually, Clear was actually a little worried there. Didn't have Flash, a little bit far from the rest of his team. Team break the top lane, inhibitor turret.
But the turret goes on down.
7,000 gold advantage for Diablo, by the way.
Yeah, now 7.3 as well. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not a bad angle onto Clear. Good damage onto Cal. Into the backline goes the rest of the squad. Clear goes golden. And Diablo finally brings down the Storm, though. And the moment the Zeri starts firing, things start turning around as Light gets eviscerated, snuffed out. Xiao Hu, caught outside of his own base with Breathe, is losing the 1v1 with the Zeri. Little orphan from Zorn, doing a lot more work than the Forge God from Freljord. Xiao Hu does blow up the Vi, but again, it's one moment you get to see Ultra Shot.
It is a silver lining
HP.
At best, and Weibo go to the pearly gates, but instead they find El Diablo, or rather, El Diablo. BFX will take the series and knock Weibo out of the tournament.
There's the win for FearX. Weibo go. And what a win it will be. Diablo, absolute monster today. And again, we were joking about it yesterday. He was blasting the Elite support that was locked into him. How dare they lock his champion into him? And getting crazy value
towards the Comet. The Conqueror has always been an option into tankier, high HP lanes. So for Magic Resist, Phase Rush means you can get the big combo, and then you can go back into, hey Jay, raiding over, how you doing? Hope you've had a good time. Kellen taking a ton of damage. Lens does have Flash, chooses not to go forwards for any more damage, is only at level 2, and they'll make it out alive.
chunk there onto Diablo, who is actually in a really nasty 1v1. I think he just loses it. That's a bit far enough. An MVP performance on the Zeri ends up on Yunara and loses what should have been the easy team swap.
I wonder whether King has had any famous MVPs before. I'm very reserved. I'm not a reserved either in Noodles, but I don't quite do that, you know? Hang on, Calyx has just used his face rush. Stun comes in, Root comes in after he's in trouble here.
Let's get a fair amount of damage down onto Calyx, who needs to start backing away, actually. Good chunks from Vikla. Ooh, the shield. And the resist from the Shield of Durant. Massive Galio builds as well, just go literally raw AP, not even bruiser builds. We saw Xiaohu do that the other day, went rocket belt into burst.
I just had to follow to let Sam know I want his noodle moat bursting noises.
Thank you, Bendy Bread. That's really important.
Potential steal on the dragon, getting coming into the pits.
Nongshim moment. Potentially these noodles might be getting to value. Time to heat them up. Stick some hot water on him, and now the dragon goes heats it up. There we go. Getting a lot of value. Why are you walking in and contesting the dragon?
Oh God,
you are so welcome, Bendy Bread, by the way.
I had that before.
Yeah.
We've had the thing is, what I initially go to is like very entertaining high kill matches, and that's not necessarily playing badly, because there was a 2 kill a minute BLG Weibo game in Game 3 of Upper Bracket Finals Summer 24, so this time last year. That was 2 kills a minute. That was nuts. That was kind of insane, actually. Hang on, barrier popped into upside. Diablo caught out.
Has to ult and try and dodge away with the untouchable shadow, but he is a little bit too touchable and get punched in the face by the Corki.
That's his second death this game now, blown both to someone's character. You know, the whole, like, by the way, I'm making a world skin which looks like my waifu in a gacha game. And just playing just the kookiest stuff. Inting carrying, but never a coward. Dragon now started by Nongshim.
Vikla, on a flank angle, will have that ability to flash on in. The cocoon lands. Lehen's looking to jump on the Annie. Gets her down to half. Nice repel from Lehen's. Goes up and down again, will likely be in danger here, may end up trading their life out, but actually gets to run away as the call of the fortress going to go through. They're trying to run away at BFX in danger. Now they have to back off. Good stun onto Lehens, who does die a little bit too far there from the Elise, who gets hit with the can of Raid. Into the river and the jungle we go, as Clear jumps onto the Galio, who will be forced to ult out. Rock of Ruin, looking to jump forth. Massive knock-up though. Kellinlow looking for the shield of Durantors. It's brutal. Trying to get some more damage back as Jiwoo trying to get some damage down as well. Clear with the flame spreader full HP bar though will help Fearex pick up absolutely everyone they can.
BFX end up winning the fight. We took a tangent, folks. We do that every so often. Clear is on the weak side of the map. Gideon is spotted. I think Clear's safe to just walk away. He has the equalizer to clear a wave if he does feel the need to do that. It won't die on this wave. Might clear out the second one if he's allowed to. Oh, actually, I'm completely wrong. 3 grubs. Yeah, they will kill on this wave, and the Spiderlings help too.
They do manage to get that one down very happily. Grubs plus volatile skittering frenzy. That's the spider form W.
This is something which, and also this is something which BLG did actually.
Correct.
BLG,
yes.
I think of the teams this year which have played Elise support, BLG have been the ones which have impressed me the most in terms of lane dominance, and then what they also do is they rotate the Elise around the map to help take towers, but also get a little bit of extra gold onto the Elise if they can, because Elise with gold does actually make a difference. Hang on, Vic, trying to look for the stun. It goes on that clone.
Oh, we've seen that quite a lot.
But whatever. At the end of the day, he has Malignance and cooldown boots. Not the longest cooldown, but oops. That's a Q instead.
Okay. Herald dropped mid. Would be so point for Nongshim worth noting, and they're going to be able to play with this Herald saying, if you're going for the dragon, we're going to take this opportunity. The problem is Diablo and Kellen are kind of behind, and they will root up the Elise, who has not had a chance to repel. Will need to do so now. Kellen goes in. Doesn't have to find absolutely everything once. Diablo does finish off the spider, as they will get that one. It's a 1-for-1 right now. It's on the other side. Of course, Gideon rather got onto the back line with Vikla going down.
It's Fry's gaming!
I know. It's because I saw bloody... Okay, I'm going to stop. It's all gone wrong.
Flashing out. Clear does have the flash if he wants to continue the fight. Ends up being 2 for 3 in favor of King, and let's get 1 kill back onto Raptor.
Well, Diablo still surviving at this point as well. Went absolutely ham. And back to life. Okay, well, there's the head's dead again. Now 0, 3, and 1 after the early kill he picked up onto Diablo. It's been tough roads for the Spider. The dragon's still alive, by the way, but Fearx now finding another big team fight when can go and pick up that dragon.
0 and 3 no damage really nearby. One of my problems with comps like this, when you have like a tank Galio, a tank top laner as well in the Ornn, having damage in place to immediately skirmish feels a lot harder. If you're not really in position across the map, hang on, if I think Vipla's not going to get the clone this time.
I think that Cyclone is not going to change all that much, and Gideon will die to Diablo, who has now managed to pick up another kill, now at 5. He's getting very scary on this Yunara after a rough early...
But, like, cheesy chips are pretty damn good.
Okay, cheesy chips.
I don't know, hang on a second, big fight there. We got all, I don't know, I don't even know how to transition out of that one. BFX going forwards and putting them into the hot pot.
Oh, and Gideon dies again. Kellen gets that catch, and all the while, the spider is hit with the cannon raid once more. Set on fire while they do. Diablo looking to Montague will have to Valkyrie away, and will be okay having done so, but I don't think that changes the fact that BFX are in firm command of this game now.
Timid Tower might die. No, it slowly stays alive there. That's kind of started from BFX, and once again, just clean engage from BFX. Great follow-up. One of the biggest things I've noticed about BFX is that when they go for a play, they are very often on the same page. The question has been about execution, not actually whether the team understands the play. And that's actually a really important thing, because it means that the coordination, in terms of, look, we're going for the play, is kind of sorted. Now, sometimes the actual execution of it, you know, the positioning, where's the damage, the CC chaining, that can fall a little bit awry, and that's, you know, why perhaps they didn't reach, you know, the top echelons of the LCK. But I've been really... What?
Did you not have that from the kebab shop when it used to be run by?
No, I didn't.
So basically, our local kebab shop. Did you not? I suppose maybe you weren't out on one of the various pub crawls that we did as
maybe I
the
missed
lads.
That. Yeah. Mint Montes. Hang on a second, that's a route into the mid lane. Lahen's called again. They bring out the can of raid again. Good damage back from Jiwoo though.
Diablo's now in potential danger, but throws down the barrier. The cataclysm comes on through. They just get out. They hit no one. It's an empty bottle. They've got to put it down, and no one was within it. Diablo now gets to flash on it and kills Lahens again for the 5th time this game. Calyx needs to justice punch away, but there's no justice to be found. Only abject violence. They'll find the call of the Forge God, keep clear, knocked up under the turret, but he will not die. And now Kingin is looking a little bit deadened.
Oh, it is a nightmare for Nongshim. Kingin will die under turret, ends up being 4 for 1. Did Calyx... Yeah, Calyx just ended up about surviving.
Now to potentially collapse onto Calyx. Winds of War comes on down. Shielded Rand is in. That comes the Cataclysm. Flag and Drag will not be required to allow Clear to pick up the kill there onto the Galio. Can turn back towards the Dragon, which Diablo is soloing.
And on the other side, Nongshim trying to take this inner turret, get some gold onto themselves. I don't know, I really feel like this kind of comp from Nongshim, you need to start fights and just say, well, okay, Jiwoo's going to be at half HP. Nongshim are not really putting the damage down that they need.
Agreed.
Each other's champions, so they were deciding, let's give ourselves good champions so we can win around.
I mean, I'm also just a big fan of who the MVP was, personally. Hang on, Pop Blossom on to Jiwoo. Just managed to Valkyrie for a second. Not the best Pop Blossom in the end. It's actually in the middle of the river. Raptor gets kind of caught out. Vikla finds a decent stun angle, though. Jiwoo is finally blasted. Diablo finds the angle, and BFX just collapse on in. The Flame Spinner's rolling. The Cataclysm's in. It's the spiciest hot one of them all. In comes a triple kill for Diablo. There's the Quadra. Where's Lahens? Just not around. They can't quite finish everyone, but Diablo will be happy enough with the quad.
Diablo's now at 4 items and picked up the Infinity Edge, which he skipped 3rd for the shield bow. 10-stack Medjai's for Vikla, so he's got a little bit more damage too. Diablo, no, for Kingin, he's caught out on top. So Calyx is behind him. Calyx, you're just watching your top laner die.
Yeah, it finally goes on in, trying to buy some time, but I think it's a little too late. Gets the taunt, but to what end? Clear now potentially in danger. Raptor starts taking up the tower aggro, and they lose 2.
Calyx sat there, watched Kingin go down to 0 HP and realized, I don't think I'm getting out of this one either. Tries to go in a little too late. BFX will walk in with the Baron buff active and probably end the game.
Yeah, and all the while Vikla was zoning off the rest of the team between the 2 turrets. Diablo gets that one in the mid lane. There goes the inhibitor afterwards, which Raptor secures, and I think this game is well and truly done.
And it is. They've got enough damage to walk forwards. Don't have any grubs, but who gives a damn? Vikla goes golden. It's BFX. Look for the Nexus.
A bit of a takeover, and unfortunately for them, the only idol to be found is in BFX's hand. Diablo again at 11 and 3. What a star he has been. And BFX's star continues on the rise. The lower bracket run is looking pretty damn hot for them today.
And the rematch of groups between them and Nongshim. Level 1. When initially I saw Smolder locked in and there was a Sion, I thought maybe you can swap at the first level, but I don't think Vladimir wants any part in that. He just wants to, have reliable engage. You do have Sion ult, But yeah, you're right. You're right. BFX don't have great engage. That's definitely true too. Thank you so much for the gift sub, by the way. Regarding you can actually survive the engage supports. You can't really do that now. King is left alone here. Did he use pool? Raptors down here. Can they just polymorph? That would be kind of bad. There's the polymorph. The W misses from the Zeri. Kellen will take 2 tower shots and drop aggro. Kingen will die all the same, though, despite his efforts. I just don't get what the swap logic was. I think they've overcooked. Hence, does he have... Kellen doesn't have flash. They'll be able to combo it into Calix's Talia. Give a little bit of gold over towards Jiu, who will get himself some extra stacks and some extra gold. That's nice. Oh, evens up the AD carry match. 43. Actually, pretty good on the whole. Got some from the Scion early lane. So they do have the 2 right hind legs, but you can see they don't have, like, forearms. Like, this is fantasy biology, so it's, like, not exactly hard science, you know? The ult used by Jiu to clear out most of the wave. We'll be able to get most of it away. Vikla coming down. Charm flashed. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the Q that was flashed. Oh, no, he gets to splash. There was a Diablo. Even with the Charm landing, it doesn't matter. Clear trying to look for the solo kill onto topside King and using the ultimate, the Hemo play to get to healing. Gideon will be here to turn the tables. They'll flash forwards and will get the supreme display of talent. Clear has been cleared by the top jungle duo. Very close to a solo kill. Vladimir gets the gold there too. Nongshim getting 2 kills there. One, a freak kill onto Diablo with a failed dive, and then the 2v1 in topside. That they need to start dragon stacking. You're right. If they get dragon stacking, you can start threatening before it goes like super late game scaling. Lahan's trying to look for the combo into the wall. Charm lands. Should be out of combo range. Wait, actually, is that the case? Hang on. Lahan's has got a kill threat here, by the way, folks. The cow! The cow trying to solo kill the fox! Farmyard murder. Flashes away. Support will combat the snipe killed Dumbledore. That was a good one. Hang on, teleport behind Jiu coming out from Vikla. Doesn't have ult for the next few seconds, but he'll have it soon enough. Jiu doesn't have flash, doesn't have ult, will likely die here. The healing's not bad. Hang on, he's going to flap over the wall. Vikla needs a little bit. No, he face planted. You know when foxes hunt in the snow and they just like they face plant into the snow? He just did that on brick and mortar. We're on track for a very fast stacking Smolder game. Dare I say it, Nongshim are in a great spot. Lahen's flashing forwards onto Vikla. He doesn't have flash or ult. Calix is over here. This is a Zedari. This is a Zedari. He can't get out in time. The charm lands. Kill towards Calix. He gets donated that one. Has the propane Hydra and propane related accessories. Gamble and Callan have all actually had very good tournaments. Clear's had, you know, a bit of a mixed bag, and Vikla mixed bag too. Nightmare is not doing us justice. Yeah, we have a couple of RE mains in chat. Kingen ulting the wave, trying to get some wave flip. I think he'll die anyway. The Sanguine Pool. Yeah. Not enough there. Folks, I think we're on our way to a game 3 here, you know? Nongshim ahead over 1,000 gold. Calix gets that solo kill. You don't want to be sending an alone support into enemy vision. A lot of the time, the top laner will sometimes just accept a death if they can get the wave because they don't want to fall behind in XP. Because wait, did Rogue make semis? Wait, where did they... Did Rogue make the semis in 22? Did I just completely... Hang on a second. Yeah, well, great damage onto him. Semis top 4. Oh, you're completely right. I'm actually just bad at maths. And Calix is pretty good at outplaying dives, but can't quite get enough damage. Almost flashing forwards for the damage from King. And Ari will go down, trade a mid lane as Raptors trot on the other side of the tower. And I think Raptor, well, clever girl, what might Raptors be? I don't think intelligence is making you out of that one. You just don't have enough HP. Clear corner on the other side. Oh, this is another failed dive from BFX. You get Calix, but at what cost? Yeah, top 8 is quarterfinals. I'm actually just dumb, by the way, folks. I am dumb. Yeah, you are completely right. Clear will try and clear the wave. He'll use his Scion passive to get it. Chiwu is getting so many stacks here, by the way. He's at 10 a minute of 14 minutes. Typically, you expect the stacks to get faster across the game because you get more cooldown reduction, right? Especially with the early game and how well it went. Missing several dives in a row, that's really where it falls apart. Have I been watching Amir too? A little bit, but not as much as I'd like to. Lahen's Quartet does have flash and heal. Uses ult early. I think he's just dead for this. Maybe he could have flashed early. Does flash out now, and he... Color me a liar. I guess he does get out. Kingen putting down the Hemo play, getting some healing down. Has the Blood Rush coming out of the pool as well. Can they combo anyone into the Talir field? No, not quite. Oh, Diablo's into the play now. Can Diablo carry the team in the way that he so often does? Jiu taken down. Diablo starting to get some damage. Dodging out on the flip back as well. Calix not getting the Qs on target. The Zeri's alive, and the Zeri's killing them. Oh my god, trust in Diablo. The game flips on a knife's edge, and Diablo's the one which stabs it and starts. Charm after the dash. Great play from Vikla to knock one down there. BFX come alive in the team fights, and Nongshim, you did the hard part. You got out of the early game. And, of course, Gen.G, LNG in the finals. Awesome series, by the way. It was a really fun time. Went out for Hot Pot. Oh, my God, the Hot Pot was so good. But I went for Hot Pot with Hysterics. And he just ordered a load of blood for... Hang on a second. That's a lot of damage onto Gideon. Is he going to die from the bird? He does. There's the ult from the Trundle as well. Trundle takes him down. Jeez. But I have a video somewhere of Hysterics, like, asking in Chinese for... those mistranslations, they brought us like 3 plates of blood for the Hot Pot. Oh, God. So occasionally I refer to Hysterics as the Blood Man for memories of that event. He was Vladimir that day. I missed that. I missed that so much. Diablo caught out. Dashing away from... Hang on, getting good damage over here. He might die. But there's the Lulu. There's the Lulu out of place again. Lulu saving the day. Diablo dodging out on the minefield. Kellen picks up the pieces. And BFX roll forwards with the super fed. Zeri again gets another triple kill. BFX rally around Diablo. And they'll start pushing in for an inner turret. They've taken over the game from what was looking like a really dangerous early game. How did you get in that position? How did Jiwoo get in that position? I thought, I mean, with Diablo in that position, surely it should have been Diablo getting caught out there. With no flash, the Talia over there couldn't hit the shove. Diablo walks it out. Well, that was a play of all time. That is heartbreak for Nongshim, because that could actually end the game here. I think genuinely Lulu picks up the pieces. It's not a... Diablo is obviously in a dangerous spot there, but the Lulu changes the equation so much. Hang on, jumping over the wall. Charm onto the Kiana, who's immediately dead. Diablo goes forward aggressively. Some extra damage coming down. A covering Smolder ultimate. I don't think will save them. Vikla very close. 2-2-5. Onto Smolder. Not enough. Was hit by a Charm just before and is chomped down by the Trundle. A flash over and Calyx. Get over here. A double for Raptor. Clever girl. BFX, I think, folks, BFX might have just earned them a final slot in Asian Invitational. Godguo is firmly over compared to many other AD carries of, you know, similar caliber, I suppose. I've really been enjoying this, folks. It's been real cinema. I've been enjoying the no-holds-barred and aggressive gameplay. Callan, does he look for the Little Lancer? Does, goes into the Charm. This might now be a kill angle. There's no flash on him dashing forwards, and Calyx, I think he's thrown his last rock, and he has done. Vikla, great Charm after Kellen got that slow. Kellen has had a wonderful game on the Lulu, by the way. I think he's been silent but deadly. Buffing up Diablo, saving him, allowing him to just do insane damage. He's gone for the Bloodthirster third, by the way, again for the extra bits of survivability. Went for the Shield Bow on the Yunara last game. Similar kind of result. I think Kellen's had a wonderful game here.
就不得不说，就是两边 AD 的 carry 能力确实是有差距的，就是大家吃资源的反馈率。
我现在明白你说的这个G5跟他的区别在哪。
就是赛前我
I'm really excited to see where Diablo goes in terms of his career. You know, what's next in store for him? Will BFX build him as a franchise player, try and build a roster around him? Will other teams try and buy him onto their rosters? I think if you build a roster around Diablo, we can see that again. He is a very talented player. I think he's, and folks, this is a young player doing this. How much can he grow from this?
这下左边难了呀，这会儿吸血鬼的装备是完全不足以威胁到后排的。 而且现在泽利的伤害因为太爆了，就没人扛得住。You
know, a lot of these late game fights. Yes, hang on a second. Gideon get the catching on to Vikla. That is a lot of damage. Can you get the damage to get away? The redemption comes through, and Vikla, I think he might have just slid his way out of that redemption. Going to maybe kill, dodges out on it with the Foxfire move speed, and now Gideon is out of sorts. No supreme display of talent, and I don't think he'll have much HP after this too. Diablo gets the assassination onto Calyx, solo kill from him, and Nongshim tried to go for the pick onto the mid laner, leave themselves extended, and BFX collapse, picking up 3 as revenge. They'll be able to stick around on top side afterwards. They got the Atacon a little bit before this too. They're on soul point. They can have a Hextech soul in 4 minutes. Break open another turret. They're going to be well over 7,000 to 8,000 gold in the advantage. There was a Hemo play put onto Vikla. King and trying to use that to get some kill threat. Hang on a second. There's a chance of a Charm under tower if the wave gets killed here. Nope, the wave does manage to survive. King and not bad damage here. Charm under tower, but didn't take aggro before this. Not bad from Vikla, though. Has the Bloodletter's Curse for a bit of shred over time. Ooh, E landing. Good damage. Clear coming down, though. He should have another Sanguine Pool available coming up soon, I think. It's got a long cooldown. All coming through from Clear. Dead King, and once again, overextension, overstayed. Nongshim lose another kill. This in LCK, and I don't think that's a bad comparison, actually. I think this is something that Kira, I do a lot of podcasts with him, something that Kira says quite a lot, and this is really one of those situations of know thyself. Know thyself. Know that you have a player that you can play around for wins like this. Set him up for success, jumping over the wall. Lulu buffing up, Calyx having to flash away. Yeah, you just can't walk anywhere up these waves anymore. Ju gets a poke back. Does have the rapid fire cannon to get some extra target access. Really does need an extra couple. Oh, jumping over the wall. Kinga does not have the HP for that. He is going man mode, splashing out of the Smolder ultimate. He has the Lulu. He knows his limits. Triple kill to Vikla. Gonna get a little bit more there. Clear picks up the fourth. No Pensa for this fight. God damn, the burst was insane. Holy moly, I don't think... I mean, look, Gideon might live here, but the thing... or again, maybe not. We'll see. But the important thing is, he's not back home to wave clear. I think the fearless Foxes may well have earned themselves a final slot at ASI 25. The Hexgate is used. Raptor might follow him over. Gideon's not going to be able to be in the finishing picture. Nongshim will be knocked out in the lower bracket finals. BFX will clear them as Diablo goes absolutely mental, propped up by Kellen's Lulu. Awesome game from him too. BFX will 2-0 Nongshim and meet D plus Kia in the finals tomorrow.